Are we villains now? Are we Bond villains? Stop making us watch these terrible films. We'll kill this adorable kitten. Hey, we're two fat guys.
And we just watched Barb Wire.
Yes.
It's the first of our new marathon, called Dark Horse Delirium.
Mm-hmm.
Where we're going to watch all the Dark Horse movies leading up to R.I.P.D.
All 15 of them.
It's not going to be nearly as stressful of a marathon as our past one.
Or so we tell ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
We insist on telling
We
ourselves.
do have to get through Son of Mask. So, maybe more stressful than the other ones?
That's true. But yeah, so R.I.P.D. is coming out. It looks pretty good. Gearing up. We figured we didn't want to do every other comic film yet, so like, okay, well, Dark Horse is the other chunk.
We did want to do an independent
Yeah.
comics thing at some point. But...
Yeah, so Dark Horse is sort of the last collection we can knock out, so that's what we're starting here. The way we're going is we're doing increasing quality based on IMDb rankings, as we've done before. This time, though, we're taking each series in a straight line and doing an aggregate score for them. So, The Wonderful Mask would drag down by Son of Mask, and...
Yeah, Son of Mask, I think, was like maybe top 3 or 4 of them, and now it's the second one we're going to be watching.
Yes, so...
Because Son of Mask was by far the lowest.
By far, yeah, like leaps and bounds the lowest. Even Dr. Giggles and these weird ones that I've never heard of are higher ranked than Son of Mask. So that's kind of new. So essentially, when we do these little videos on the standalone ones, we'll probably still do a standalone video. Mm-hmm. Maybe if we do 2 in a row, standalones, we might combine them. We'll see. But the series we'll be doing a video on, so we'll do a video on the Mask series and the Alien vs. Predator movies, etc., etc.
Hellboy.
Sadly, no Tank Girl series. Just the one.
Man, I wish.
Just the one.
I would watch all of the Tank Girl movies.
Yeah, but you also watched Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., so that doesn't say much about anything. So, yes, the first one. Speaking of terrible movies, we just watched Barb Wire. As you said.
A remarkably nothing movie.
Yeah, I was a little let down. It was apparently on the list of, like, the Razzie creators, the man who created the Razzies. He has a book, and then there's a list of, like, 100 movies that are so bad they sort of come back around and are entertaining. They're entertainingly awful. Something along those lines. Yeah. This was on it. Did not think it quite made it back around.
I mean, there were times. Certainly not through the whole film. There's some movies where you watch and you could just laugh the whole way through. There were some moments of laughing at how bad it was, but then tied with just a lot of overly stretched out things and Pamela Anderson trying to act.
Yeah, so it's not like Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., where there's just nothingness happening constantly in offensive ways. So it had a few moments, but not nearly as much as I thought I was promised by finding that out. That
and the end of it, the last 40 minutes, I felt just drug on.
Yeah, like
forever.
Okay, the climax, and nope. I couldn't tell when any act breaks were. It had no sort of form to the story. It was terribly done. Poorly conceived world. I'm sure the comics have to be terrible.
Little known fact, Casablanca actually ripped off this movie.
Yeah, it's a big rip. I mean, that's
a movie about sort of and that takes place after war, and there's people.
It's a much better remake.
There's a nightclub and.
Yeah, the very loose application. Like it feels like that came in at the last minute. Like someone had made a Barb Wire movie. Like, hey, say these 4 lines.
We need a plot. Quick, just grab one.
Like say these.
Grab a plot off the shelf and.
Yeah, like they had explosions and Nazis involved, and then someone's like, "Oh, hey, if you could do 6 hours of pickup shooting, we can turn this into a loose adaptation of Casablanca." It's just there's not a whole lot to say because there's not a whole lot to this movie.
Yeah, Clint Howard's in it.
Clint Howard's in it. I love Clint Howard
for a second.
Couple seconds. He's in 3 scenes, I think. One of them he's dead guy.
Yeah, Django Fett.
Django Fett is in it.
Django Fett is
pre-Django. Django Fett is in this. It's good for him. I didn't know he's in anything else. So
yeah, I know. I thought if asked, I probably would have said that Attack of the Clones is breakout.
Breakout? Has he been in anything since?
No, but his big.
Okay.
His introducing, but apparently he's been in stuff.
Well, to be fair, meeting Barb Wire doesn't mean you're introduced.
I mean, in that I didn't think he was in American films. He was from New Zealand. I thought that was his first major Hollywood thing.
I could see that. It's bad. Luckily, a lot of the bad stuff's early on in this marathon. This is the first one, sort of a band-aid pulling it off. Because then we'll get Son of Mask done, which we get the Mask buffer, luckily.
Yeah, we've got the Mask coming up next, and then
got Tanker.
Unfortunately,
we got and then Son of Mask happens.
Yeah.
And then 2 or 3 movies later, I think we get Tank Girl, something along those lines.
I think we've got a couple. There's a lot of these. Yeah, a lot of the early ones I don't even know. So we'll be going in sort of blind. Now there's a couple horror movies.
Yeah.
In this marathon,
there's the and then the Alien vs Predator movies, which I've seen the first one of, not seen the second.
I know. I can't remember which one's which. I know one of them is pretty good. The other one is pretty bad.
I know. I enjoyed the first one. The first one, it just felt like being a kid and having the action figures that don't go together and just all right.
Yeah.
That satisfied a very infantile and primal need inside of me to watch cool shit smash into each other. So this I'm hoping is going to be the worst of them. Well, Son of Mask. So, excepting for the fact that that's going to happen, this I think is going to be the worst of the ones I don't know. I don't really find a whole lot redeeming out of it. Dr. Giggles, I don't have too high expectations of. But I don't have too high expectations.
It has people that I know in it.
Has people that I know. I think
it's people that I know and like. So
it's
it at least has that going into it.
It's a horror film?
Yeah, it's a slasher film. Yeah,
it's a slasher film. So then that'll be interesting. I've not really analyzed slasher film that much. So
yeah, I am quite on the record as being not really a big fan of slasher as a genre. I don't like a whole lot of horror, but what I do like, it's very like John Carpenter's The Thing, very psychological stuff. Red Eye, I really enjoy, like more thriller than horror. I tend to like slasher. To me, implies jump scares, and I'm not. I don't find that entertaining or particularly artistic. So
yeah.
So I don't. So hopefully it won't be that.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll at least have some other redeeming qualities to it. I mean, if it's well done, I can appreciate any genre. Like, while I'm not going to go out of my way to watch sort of slasher flicks, if it's well done, I'll still enjoy it. I love me some Halloween 2, the original ones. Very good. So, all in all, look forward to it. Look forward to R.I.P.D., to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Trailers are good. It may be pitched directly at me, but you know what? I don't care.
Yeah, I think just, especially coming off of all of these comic book movies that we've done, it seems very in that vein of the ones that we really latched onto, like Red.
Like, cool action and then, just wacky dialogue that I don't care if it's not, people don't talk like that. Who gives a shit? I want Ryan Reynolds and
Jeff Bridges
to shoot quips at each other all day long. So, I think that's all I had to say about Barbed Wire.
I do have one more thing to say about Barbed Wire. There was, 4 or 5 shots that were very comic booky.
And then immediately ruined.
Yeah, a lot of them, but it was weird. There was someone on set, some cameraman or cinematographer was trying to make a comic book movie out of this.
I'm telling you,
those shots were really nicely.
It was that editor. They accidentally got their shots. The editor's like,
the editor
shit.
held on it. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta put this in. I gotta find some way to cut this in.
Yeah, because a couple of those shots, I was like, oh man, that looks really nice for half second, and then it goes back to.
And all these shots are juxtaposed with a scene where a man has his penis bitten by a dog, and the man or the event never comes back again.
Yeah, the entire scene is like, hey, I want to come into your bar, and they're like, no, and he's like, please, and.
It's then just dog, go bite his dick.
And the dog does, and then...
He's like, oh, that hurts! And then he leaves.
Dog, take him outside, and goes out dick first. It's dumb.
I leave every bugging dick first, just walking from the crotch. It's hard to walk. It hurts the back. It's nothing but terrible, but makes me feel happy.
Yeah. So, that was Barbed Wire. Next up, we have Mask, Son of Mask.
Mask, yay!
So that'll be going up at some point. So, can't remember the last time this movie. I was going to leave it on that. It was some dry, wooden Pamela Anderson one-liner.
Any lines? Don't call me babe.
Oh, yeah, no. It was Don't Call Me Babe, and it was like, I think I'm falling in love.
Get in line.
Get in line. So.
Jump in the line. Rock your body in time. Okay.
I believe
you. Jump in the line. Rock your body in time. Okay. I believe you. Jump in the line. Rock your body in time. Okay. I believe you. Jump in the line. Rock your body in time. Rock your body fine.
Kitty, don't eat the microphone.